giving you a slice of unapologetic conversation. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Straight to Tape. My name is C. Perry II, the Mr. Fantastic of podcasting's Fantastic Four. First, the comedian, professional joke slinger Tico the Guy. What's good, Tico?
Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hey ho. All right, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Oh my goodness! Oh my
Hi
goodness!
ho, hi ho.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the first lady of S2T, the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y. What's good, Key?
What's up, y'all? It's Keisha with a Y, aka Hip Hop Mom, aka Happy Spring again, Mom. But it's kind of cold outside and windy and the pollen's blowing around. Ha, ha, you, Mom, but still your
Mom.
mom's favorite mom.
It's spring again, kind of.
Kind of, sort of.
Yes, it's
Kind of, sort
spring
of.
again, kind of, sort of.
I did
And
spring cleaning, man. I did some spring cleaning, put all my damn sweaters up and shit. Fucking around this morning, it's like, damn, had to pull the box out
Nah,
again.
it's too early.
yeah,
It's too
Yep.
early. Put the sweaters away.
you know how the weather gets. You know how the
Have
weather
we ever gotten
gets.
snow this late? I think
Sometimes it snows in
Yeah.
April.
you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Mm.
DB.
And of course, our social media assassin for the Double Deuce. It's Rob the Actual. What's good, Rob?
Man, in the building, you know what we about to do? We about to start talking about slaps and entanglements right here live on Street to Tape.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, we have
Oh, Lord.
an exciting show for you today. Okay, we got legendary Mike G from the Jungle Brothers in the house, along with filmmaker Ricky Kelly, to discuss their upcoming documentary Humble in the Jungle. Plus, we got some other things we're going to talk about as well. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget you can find Straight to Tape right here Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Audio version of Straight to Tape is available on your favorite podcasting platforms. Make sure you follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, IG, Twitter, Straight to Tape, and go over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button on S2T Media. That's our channel, y'all.
I'm humble. I'm
Let's
humble.
go.
The
Yes.
jungle. I'm
Yeah,
humble and I'm in the jungle. I can't wait because I'm humble. I'm so humble in the jungle. When I saw a lion, I said, hey, excuse me. Now I'll let you go first. That's just how humble I am. I'm humble in the jungle.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started by taking a look at some of the biggest news storylines of the week in a portion of the show that we like to call the headline grab.
Slap. Oh, sorry.
You know what? You know what? It's been an interesting. There really hasn't been anything that interesting going on in the news. I have no earthly clue, no idea what we are going to talk about. Psych.
Did he pull a whole psych out? He pulled a psych.
Psych.
So look, ladies and gentlemen, if you have been living under a rock, got it. You said I caught that rock, for the past
This dude
for
right
the
here.
past for the past week, week or so. Yeah, something interesting actually happened at the Oscars. Okay. One, shouts out to Will Packer for putting on great Oscars. He was the producer for the Oscars this year. Great host with Wanda Sykes, with Regina Hall, and with why am I forgetting her name? whatever her name is. You know what I'm talking about.
The white
Anyway,
girl.
yeah, her. So great show, great, great pacing. The focus was on the film. Okay. And then we get to a moment of the show when
Go ahead.
comedian Chris Rock comes on, and during his jokes, he tells
Amy
a
Schumer.
GI. Yep, thank you, Amy Schumer.
Yeah, I knew her name.
Yeah, yeah. He tells a GI Jane joke.
Thanks, Comin.
Posted towards Jada Pinkett Smith. All right, and something happened that we all have seen. In the U.S. we saw the edited version, but a good amount of the world saw this version.
あら、どうなんでしょうか。
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上
Let me tell you.
First of all, who the hell?
That was a Japanese version. That was the version that was shown on Japanese TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got the unedited version.
Everywhere else has the unedited version except for
You could have got the
everywhere.
clean one from. No, never mind.
Yeah. No,
It don't
no.
hit the same.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's
I
different
meant
with
I
the
meant
rest of the
clean
world.
without the little kung fu overdub.
So wrong. But
You know what? I'm not doing this tonight.
exactly. I'm not going there. So Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the middle, in the middle of his, let's call it a set. Yeah. And
Hold
this
on.
is one-
Let's pause. He was
Mhm.
presenting the award for who?
Best documentary, which was won by Philly's own
Questlove. Thank you.
for Summer of Soul. And
Mhm.
it kind of, Quest was very emotional, which he should have been, but also it kind of, after what just happened,
Mhm.
okay, the room was still a buzz about what the fuck just happened.
Mhm.
And then we have the award for Best Actor, which Will Smith was up for Best Actor, which he won. And now he's giving his acceptance speech, and he puts in his apology, which was, well, I'll show you.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim.
And that was pretty much the yeah. And that was pretty much the extent of his apology that night. Okay. Now, he did go on social media yesterday, and he posted his apology. Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. First paragraph. Second paragraph. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. Okay. Of course, apologizing to the Williams family and to the King Richards family, that being the people that worked on this great movie. And I am a work in progress. Thoughts, guys? I mean, and Key, I'll start with you.
Damn.
Got her.
Yep, sure did.
There is a very distinct cavernous line as far as this whole issue is concerned. On one side, you have my boo. If my boo didn't protect me like that, then I didn't want him. Or if somebody disrespected my wife or my wifey, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Then there's the other side where Chris Rock should not have told the joke that he told. So let's go ahead and take care of this side, right? Comedians are just that.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
take their material from real life occurrences. If you do not want to be in the radar of a comedian, then don't expose yourself. And this family over the past, I say, couple of years have given plenty of material to comedians. Plenty.
Oh yeah.
Now, on the other side of it, I am one to say wholeheartedly that if if this was my man and this was his reaction, then to words and not a physical threat, then we'd have to do some talking and thinking. Because literally, Michael Chase said it best today. It's not even that Will was trying to defend Jada, which is fine, but he literally went in 3 minutes from, nope, yeah, 3 minutes from laughing at the joke to walking on stage and open hand smacking the host to walking back to his seat and continuing to laugh and frolic with all the other shit that was going on, to then I think it was 10 or 12 minutes later to going on stage and crying an apology, to then after the show being at the variety fair party just bubbling and singing Parents Just Don't Understand and shit. Like, that is no, that is nothing. You don't put your hands on people unless they put their hands on you. Period. Like, there's no all these chest beating niggas online talking about if he said that about my wife, then I would have punched him too. No, you wouldn't have.
No, you wouldn't.
Words do have power, but not that much power.
Yeah.
Especially since Jada, 4 days before this show, really said she doesn't care what people think, that she's living in her own truth. And I'm speaking from an experience as a friend of a couple of people who suffer from alopecia and have for a while. It is definitely a struggle. It is definitely a struggle for Black women. Why do you think India.Arie made the whole "I Am Not My Hair" song? Because hair is serious. Y'all know I have hairy ADHD.
Big time.
My hair was different last week. It's probably different the week before. However, that is your struggle. And a comedian telling a joke that doesn't necessarily speak to alopecia, because from my memory, G.I. Jane was a bad bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is an overreaction and an overextension, I think, caused by all of the shit that Will has taken for the past couple of years since some damn Red Table Talk started. Like, that slap was from like way back here.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But that's something that you have to handle with yourself. And if you can't handle, I struggle with the fact that he presents himself as I'm super into self-awareness, right? I'm super into figuring out what my weaknesses are and how to kind of manage those through my everyday life. And they may show sometimes, but I'm going to admit that they show, and I'm going to be fully aware of what ramifications they have when they show. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone on this panel, everyone listening has had a moment, at least one in their life, where they chose violence over the more productive resolution to whatever the issue was, right? But at what cost? But at what cost?
No.
Probably the people that we're talking about, like the people on this panel and the people that are listening. It probably was, it might have been at work, but more than likely it was in a social setting or with family, not somewhere that's going to affect your livelihood, right? But he chose this, and we can talk about the why. We can talk about, well, he shoulda, he didn't. He walked up on stage and he's used physical violence against Chris Rock for something that Chris Rock said. Then he was allowed to, after committing assault, basically, and I don't give a fuck what nobody says, that was assault.
Thank you.
That was assault. He was allowed to walk back to his seat and a kiki and a ha ha ha, get his award, and walk out the door. We all know, and I have a friend, I have a couple. Actually, my daddy thinks it's all a publicity stunt, right? Because my daddy studied martial arts for years, and he said that Chris Rock's reaction wasn't indicative of someone who was not prepared to be smacked in the face. But that aside, another person that thinks the same thing was like, he just went out to a party afterwards and is out in the street dancing and singing. That shit right there reminds me of the Joker and his girlfriend. Like, we're literally gonna tear this shit up. Can't nobody say nothing to my bitch except for me, but I can, but you can't, and I'll kill you over it. But then we're gonna go out drinking, dancing, and having a good time because we're that type of toxic couple. Yeah. It is it's a lot.
Key, I'll say this, okay? The reaction or the preparation that Chris Rock had for the slap, to me, constituted a person that's been slapped before, okay? In knowing what was coming, okay?
I don't know. I don't necessarily think he thought he was going to get smacked, because people walk up on stages all the time. He might have think he was going to pull him in and say, look, nigga, you better keep my wife's name out your mouth, and like release him and smile and walk back. I don't think he thought the smack was coming, but I think he's been smacked, especially with that bald face. I think he's been smacked enough to like not it doesn't really fucking phase him.
Exactly. But okay, my problem has just been the same thing, time and place. Okay, if you had a problem with the joke that is being told about your spouse, handle that like a real man and a professional, which is having the conversation afterwards, away from the cameras, away from an international damn it audience. I don't want to
take over this conversation. I don't want to have my thoughts about that.
I'm sorry. That's my biggest issue. And then the coddling, okay? Denzel there to calm him down. Tyler Perry there to calm him down. Coddling and abuser.
Wait, did you see the Samuel L. Jackson dap up? No.
Yeah. all coddling. Okay. When trying to figure out if he's okay. Fuck that. Okay. Fuck that. Look, it should have been, what the fuck is wrong with you? Look at where you're at. Sit your ass down. You're about to win this award. Take the award. Give your speech. Deal with this shit afterwards. That's what that's what should have occurred. And I don't even want to go into the okay, so now it's okay, because look, shout out to my man John Champ. Now is it okay to approach comedians during a set if you offended? And
listen, if any of y'all jump on Tika while he on stage and I'm there, I'm beating your ass. That's all there is to it.
Thank you.
That's all that there is to it.
Site.
If you don't want to be like, I literally got re-heckled by Afion Crockett when we went to go see his ass. And it's par for the course. You know what I'm saying? It's par for the fucking course.
I mean,
It's not.
if you're at a comedy show and you sit in the front row, you're part of the show. You know
Thank
what
you.
I'm
And
saying?
that is one thing that Amanda Seales said today, and I don't ever agree with her ass hardly. But she
But see,
said, like, if you don't want to get talked about, do not sit in the front row of my show. Like, if you don't. And in the Oscars,
so
it like all the hosts are comedians, right?
right. So it's like, look, okay, you're absolutely right, but it's changing the aspect of what a comedian is. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to go back and down and like start doing our dirty comedy in basements and garages and
Mm-hmm.
shit again?
Yep.
Or is that the thing? Are our records going to go back underground like Red Foxes and all those because we will be able? That's the only way that we'll be able to say what we really truly like feel or think that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this changes the landscape. But don't get it twisted, y'all. This is not the first time somebody has ever attacked a comedian on stage. This is this shit happens all the time. Because once you're like in Chicago or some shit like that, I'm sure you're in a room full of gangsters or some shit. You might say some ill shit. I've seen motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, get up and want to like try, but security winds up, you know what I'm saying, escorting them out or whatever. It happens. And Chris Rock is one of those comedians that will talk shit about you. I
He
mean, you know
doesn't
what
give a
I'm saying? That's
fuck.
that's
Like
that's,
that's
that's
his
what it
brand
is.
of
That's his
comedy.
brand of comedy. Exactly. He's been doing this shit since he was a kid. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it was nothing new for him to go across the room and just roast the whole room. You know, um, the joke was multi-layered. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it was multi-layered. Uh, Not only was he just talking about, the G.I. Jane, reference of the short hair. Um, to tell you the truth, I didn't know she had, you know what I'm saying, whatever
I
she
don't think
had.
I
anybody
didn't
knew.
I
You know what
don't
I'm
I don't
think
saying?
think
anybody
Because
knew
the vast
unless they
because
majority of
specifically
people knew.
right.
follow her. Yeah,
Because I
nah.
don't, yeah, I don't watch the Red Table joints. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak for Chris, but I just know I didn't know. I just thought she was just rocking it because I've seen a lot of chicks rocking and they look good with bald heads. I just thought it was
And,
just, you know what I'm
and,
saying?
and,
You know,
and
it
she
ain't
looked
like
good
Jada.
with it.
Yeah,
She
I mean,
looked
it ain't
good
like
with it.
Jada ain't never had like short haircuts and you know what I'm saying? She was always doing
Right.
some ill stuff with her hair. So I just thought she was just like, okay, I'm just gonna let the shit air out some shit. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
the G.I. Jane, I got the joke. But then it was like I had to sit back and think. I was like, oh shit, G.I. Jane. Who played G.I. Jane? Who played that? Who played
Demi
that was
Moore,
Dilly Moore, right? She
Mhm.
she had an affair with who? Ashton.
Ashton Kutcher.
She married
Yeah, yeah,
Ashton Kutcher. Yeah.
yeah, young boy, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
same,
There
same.
you
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
It's multi-layered
Mm-hmm.
joke.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, you feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So are you
So
telling me that it really was an August Alsina joke? It was. It was. It
Yeah,
was.
yeah. I mean,
However,
it could have
when you
been.
it
put
could have been,
when
it
you
could
put
have
your
been, it
shit
could have
out
been,
there, when you put
it
your
could have
shit
been.
out there, it's free game. And Will's
Mhm.
statement, the part I don't agree with is that he said, being in this business, you have to learn how to take a joke, you have to learn how to take these hits. But attacking my wife, she's in the business too.
Thank you.
Right.
She's in the business too. Now, mm,
Now, okay, Key. I'm sorry. I know you got your
go
head
ahead, go
going.
ahead.
So now, when I do shows, well, even now, heckling has been like getting out of hand. Hence why, like, you got people, places like Charlie Goodnights or the Improv where no heckling is allowed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Or you get escorted out. I mean, you might be able to blurt something out, but if it's not like a whole hardcore heckle, then you
Hmm.
really got to get out.
Oh, hardcore heckle.
Yeah, hardcore heckle. And so, or people getting up on stage. There's always security. You can never reach the stage. You would never ever
Hmm.
reach the stage. But when you're in like little tight little clubs or maybe like a bar or something like that, you might get touched.
Hmm.
You just you know just got to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, protect yourself
And
and
I'm
take care
sure
of
that
everybody
Chris
else,
has been through
man.
that for his
Yes, exactly.
entire career, right?
Exactly, man. I mean, you know, they you know, there's probably some war stories that y'all don't that we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, that's like me going up to your job, Key, while you punching numbers and just like, you know what? I'm gonna go up to your job while you getting a fucking award of, you know what I'm saying, the best accountant in the world and shit. And your mother going up to your motherfucking shit. And I just go up there and be like, you know what,
I'm gonna
Key?
let you
I'm
finish.
like, you know what, Key? You know what? You motherfucking damn shortchanged me $3.29 in
Back in
1969. Wow.
1989.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
Right,
right,
right, right.
Wow.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Just smack you in
right,
your own fucking job. I can't, you
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? There's repercussions to
Mhm.
that shit, man. You just can't do that. And my whole thing of thinking about that, because at first I thought like everybody else thought, like, man, it's got to be staged. Because number one, where's security at? What happened?
People walk up all the
He was
time.
supposed,
People
but he
walk
was
up on the
supposed
stage
to.
all
But
the
that's what
time.
I'm saying though. When that happened, he's supposed to have been escorted out of the fucking building, dude. For real, for real.
Exactly. But
I
Yeah,
mean, that's just
but
real
yeah.
yeah,
talk.
but you know, you got a cat that was up for one of the major awards of the night. You already had a shock situation. Okay, so that part, yeah, I can see why they didn't do it, but they should have done it.
Should
That's
have.
the whole
Yeah,
thing. Rob,
you should have been gone, man.
Well, it's so many thoughts, man. First of all, the whole thing about it being staged, man, I just really laugh about that. I mean, it's like everybody's looking for a damn conspiracy and everything. Um,
everything ain't wrestling. Everything ain't
Everything
wrestling,
is
folks.
not WWE. A lot of you niggas watch
Man,
way too much wrestling.
yo,
Cause
man.
I mean, I'm arguing with some of my closest friends about how this is not staged. Like this is not wrestling, yo. You know what I'm
It's not.
saying?
It's not a work, y'all. It's not a
It's
work.
not a
Chill the
work.
fuck out. Chill the fuck out.
So somebody was trying to one of my friends on a post that I made today was talking about the whole he compared it to Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. This is not a wrestling angle that's being set up for a long-term feud to benefit professional wrestling. This doesn't benefit the Oscars at all.
At all. At
At
all.
all. So
At all.
how
At
am
all.
I how is this being staged going to make people watch the Oscars next year? I'm not watching the Oscars next year because of this shit.
Yeah.
You understand what
So
I'm saying? So
Rob, the numbers did jump this year. Articles came out today
Yep.
talking about the viewership, but that's simply because of the pandemic. Like people watch Oscars for the red carpet and the
Right.
interviews and the
Right.
Mhm.
See what
dueling
everybody
between
got on.
celebrities. Last
Exactly.
year you did not have the year before last, the first year, the full year of the pandemic, there was no
Right.
they didn't
Right.
do it,
None.
right? Then
Right.
last year they did like a limited socially distanced,
Yep.
no
Right.
red carpet. Ain't nobody watching that. For what? I can read
Right.
who
Who
won
won
awards the
what?
next day. So this year was the first year full back of the whole Oscar show since the
mhm,
pandemic began. So of course the numbers are going to increase, but those
mhm.
conspiracy theories are using that jump as a reasoning for it being staged. Like, see, the numbers jump. I think it was 42% from last
Mhm.
year.
Hmm.
Nah, that's
I'm
not
gonna
it,
tell.
yo.
I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna tell you
So
one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing, yo. I have. I have. I have so many associates that I know who are just, damn it, the greatest scientists and fucking CSI fucking damn forensic scientists that I've known. Motherfuckers are sitting here telling me, yeah, man, it's staged for the way that he slapped him. See, he came down at like a 43rd degree
yeah,
angle and came
I'm not
down the
I'm
way
not
he
trying to hear
came
all that shit.
down and moved
Give it
out.
a
I'm like,
rest.
yo, man, get the
Yeah,
fuck
Give it a
out of
rest.
I'm
here with
sorry.
that,
I'm not
yo.
trying to
Come
hear
Give
on,
it
that.
a
man.
rest.
I'm not trying to
I'm
hear
not,
that.
slow motion.
not getting
Um,
that deep. I'm going that deep with you, brother. I'm not going that
Continue,
deep with
Robert.
you, man.
Continue.
so okay. Thank you. Um, the fact that I mean the fact that people are using the fact that he like leaned in or whatever. He might have been leaning in like Keisha alluded to earlier to see like what the fuck you about to whisper something in my ear. What the fuck you want? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
It's just forget the whole stage stuff.
Because they were
Now,
fam, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Kinda.
they're supposed to be
Yeah.
cool or whatever. Okay, now then, um, yes, we're all human and we all have erred and we all have fucked up. Everybody has. I don't know what, and this is going into the whole well, he was laughing at first, and then all of a sudden, yada yada yada. Keisha alluded to this earlier. This dude, I mean, he's been embarrassed himself. We talking about Jada being embarrassed. This dude has been embarrassed for several years.
Yep.
And he
Several
never
years he has
had
been embarrassed.
never had the G, like Will Smith, Jazzy Jeff of Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. He never had like the G image that was prevalent in rap at the time when he came out. So he already like G wise down here, right? And then you get to the whole red table talk shit, and people are clowning him ongoing for at least the past 2 years. That nigga tired, yo.
He is he is kind of like behind the G curve a little bit his whole career. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I don't know what made him snap. We don't know that moment that made him. It could have been just him looking over at Jada and him seeing look
Hurt
of
on her face.
You know what I'm saying? It could have been that. We really, none of us know. We do not know.
Yeah.
However, and this is kind of unpopular because people been, ranting and raving and yeah, he should have smacked the shit out of him. He should, yeah, yada 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 yada. Listen, y'all. I believe in protecting Black women at all costs. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't necessarily protecting Black women.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Absolutely
nope, not at all.
Maybe
You
putting her
understand
in
what
more
I'm saying?
danger. Right.
Sometimes protecting Black women is removing them from a situation. I'm not talking about what happened at the Oscars necessarily. I'm talking about just out in the street. You know what I'm saying? Some commotion happens. Somebody says something sideways, and somebody calls you a bitch ass nigga in the process. You know what I mean? Sometimes, again, I refer to a lot the fact that, like especially people that are licensed to carry a firearm are expected to, you know what I'm saying, lean on conflict resolution or just avoidance at all costs. Because if some shit escalates and you have to pull out and clap somebody, you might be the one to go to jail. You understand? You might be the one that not go. You're exactly. Sometimes protecting Black women is removing them from a situation. Protecting Black women does not mean assaulting somebody over words.
Correct.
Because guess what? If the LAPD had gotten involved, Will Smith would have been locked up.
Thank you.
Because why? That's assault. I don't give a fuck what he said.
Oh.
That's right.
So everybody there's been, shit, Nipsey Hussle-esque murals and memes and stuff of Will Smith's face all over social media. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of ladies out there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, a lot of ladies out there, oh yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? I understand. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get your man in some fucking trouble behind some bullshit with that mentality. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Look, let me tell you what I used to do, Rod. Let me tell you what I used to do back in the day when I was a youngin'. When I go to the club, I would love that y'all sit back and just watch the club. And I watch these dudes with their girls or whatever, and they rah-rah. They all get rah-rah'd out, start fighting other dudes in the club. They get kicked out. The girl stays in the club.
Chilling. Right. And meets another dude.
And meets the other dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man.
Those are the ones that you want, though.
But I'm just saying, hey, they need a ride, right? So it's like, yo, it's just the same shit, man. Same shit. Like what Rob said, man. You have these expectations of chivalry of what a dude's supposed to do, but then when it happens, you're not willing to deal with the consequences. Now he locked up. I'm locked up on some, you know what I'm saying, some rah-rah shit because he done said some shit like, oh, your ass is fat. You know, if it's that fat, me, I'd say, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Exactly.
You feel
Exactly.
me?
Exactly.
So
But at the
but
same, yeah, exactly, Rob. Take it out that situation, take that bullshit somewhere else because that don't mean shit. Now, if you lay hands on her,
if you lay hand,
you
thank
lay
you.
hands on
If
her,
you lay hands,
I have to, do that. I have to do that. You know
right.
what I'm saying? I have to take it. But
It's Go
man,
ahead,
come on.
Chico. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, man. That's that
No,
bullshit.
no, no, Rob, bring it home, man. Bring it
No,
home.
I'm
Go
just
ahead, go ahead.
saying. I'm just saying. If you lay hands, then that we're having a totally different discussion. But
Exactly.
are you the type of woman that you gonna call your man a bitch just because some other dude called him a bitch or said something about your ass or something, and he's trying to remove both of y'all far from
Yeah.
the situation so y'all can go home in peace
Yeah.
because those were just words? Are you gonna call him a bitch because he didn't go over and slap the shit out of that dude and
I've
potentially get
seen a
shot?
lot of women who I didn't think thought that way, that think that way over this
Yeah,
here couple of days.
Mhm.
And it
yeah.
is
It's
astonishing. Like
disturbing.
it is really disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's we got guests, yo.
yeah, man. Let's go.
Exactly. Exactly. Once again, handled the wrong way. If you took this off stage so the whole world wouldn't see it, we wouldn't be talking about it today. We'd
You
have some
mentioned that.
other
I gotta hit this real quick. So,
what.
we've always talked about the collective black consciousness on this show, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there is a the social media influencer. His name is Charity. I don't remember his name. I'll post him. But he really broke down. Sometimes people say shit in a way that it really resonates with me. And he
Mm-hmm.
basically breaks down, speaking on the context of this whole situation, how we ain't got to be the shiny ass penny Negro anymore. Like, so stop doing that, right? So
Yeah.
we have this collective black consciousness when some shit pops off and you have one eye closed and one eye covered, right? To make sure that they're not black or they are black or whatever, right? That is a trickle down from being the shiny ass Negro, the palatable Negro that couldn't make eye contact with the white people as they walk down the street in your average Southern, sometimes Northern town.
Mhm.
So I'm really working on myself to let that shit go. White people don't do that. Asian people don't do that, even though they're targeted because something but that's not their fault, right?
Oh, yeah.
I can't take emotional responsibility for shit that happens with black people. I can't. There's too many of us for me to do that. And that frees you from all of this that we're talking about. Because a large percentage of this in our community is why the fuck they do that on the Grammys. Like I literally woke up with it on BBC and I had no idea that anything had happened, but it was on BBC. It is broadcast across the world. But as many black people as across the world, it's okay. It's okay because they're not us. And continuing to carry that burden perpetuates them thinking that we are all the same. We are not the same. Just like
Mhm.
they're not the same. Like there's white serial killers out there every day. White people aren't like, oh God, who's a white serial killer? Oh my God. We don't have to
Right.
do that. There are people that are making their own decisions that are moving through this world. I'm trying not to give a fuck. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Can
But there is still the part about community, right? But I'm trying not to give a fuck when black people do fuck shit out in the public. I'm really
Yeah.
trying not to.
but yeah,
Guys,
man, y'all, yeah, let's get it going.
let's get to our guest. Okay. Um, because trust me, anyway. Look, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's special guest. One is a legendary member of the hip hop group, the Jungle Brothers.
Girl, I'll
And
house you. Girl, I'll house you.
and a filmmaker whose critically acclaimed documentary Black Beach, White Beach, A Tale of Two Beaches can be found on most of your favorite streaming platforms. Now they're going to join us tonight to talk about their upcoming documentary, Humble in the Jungle. Let's take a peek.
Roll the clip.
Shall we?
This film is about what it's like to balance being an artist and a hard-working tradesman.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the S2T virtual studios, the legendary Mike G from the Jungle Brothers and filmmaker Ricky Kelly. What is good, gentlemen?
What's up, family?
All right.
I just like y'all to know that I'm in that clip.
Yeah,
And
we were
Tico's
there.
probably in that clip.
Yeah, we were there,
so
man.
we
We
were
were there.
right there.
Yeah,
like
we were
right
in the front row. We were in the front
Without
row.
question. Without question.
From NC to DC, son. What's up, Mike? What's going on, man? How you doing?
How y'all been? How have y'all been?
Well,
Pretty good, man.
Y'all good?
See you in a couple years, bro.
No doubt, man. I know, right? Been shacked up for real.
For real.
We house and bodies for real. We house bodies right now.
For real.
Yeah, real talk. Oh man.
But look,
I want to interject something real fast, right? Because I was listening to y'all speak before, and
break it down, brother.
I just got to say one thing. What if that was Earthquake hosting the Oscars?
Different conversation.
Yeah, different conversation.
I just had to put that out there.
TK Kirkland. That's like TK Kirkland. That'd be a whole nother.
Corey Holcomb. Okay.
Oh man.
I don't know. Corey Holcomb got some size on it right now.
Oh man. That'd have been a good one. That'd have been a good one. That'd have been a good
one. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on Straight to Tape. Humble in the Jungle. Okay. Guys, now, Ricky, please go back to, when you met this legend, okay, and what inspired you to, hey, I got to tell his story.
Well, I met Mike working at a company. We were both plumbers, and I remember Mike from back in the day, but I didn't remember Mike. Like when you meet somebody 20 years later, they look different. You didn't quite notice who he was exactly, and it took me a while to realize because he doesn't tell people, hey, I'm Mike G from Humble in the Jungle. Oh, excuse me, I'm Mike G from the Jungle Brothers. And I was just when I found out, I was shocked, and we built a friendship, and it's been 20 years now, 15 years or something. And Mike used to say, man, they should make a movie about your life. And I was like, no, but you're the star, But I was just inspired by his work ethic. I've never met a person, and this is real talk, that works as hard as Mike. Mike probably just came in right now from work 5 minutes ago. Mike works 7 days. He is just, he's always on go. And I was just inspired by that because you don't find brothers that with his lifestyle, with, what he's done in his career as a rap star, to be able to be just a regular layman, a regular hardworking black man, and a great family man, and a great friend, So I was just inspired by Mike.
Awesome.
I love you,
and Mike, when Ricky approached you with the idea of, let's do a documentary about you, what was your initial reaction, bro?
Oh, I shot him down. I shot him down for a while.
Because he's humble in the jungle.
Yeah, and then to be honest, I'm fortunate enough to have seen a lot of the older artists kind of age. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really that uncommon to a certain extent, but I think with our age of how the industry developed, I guess in my era, in our era, to see somebody working, so it was kind of bugged. I mean, because for instance, when Rick first told me, so of course, y'all know I'm a neighbor. I'm a Carolina. I'm a Carolina resident.
A transplant.
I'm a transplant. So when I first came down, things were moving good with Jungle Brothers, but things started slowing up a little bit. And the reason I moved down was really to just kind of lay a more settling environment for my family, right?
Absolutely.
So with that, you gotta kind of put going on the road secondary. You know what I'm saying? Because that was really like the main source of income. You got checks coming here and there, but they're not really gonna sustain you for more babies or
mortgage and all of that stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trip to Disney, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate. My father-in-law at the time, he was like, "Hey, listen, come go get a trade." And I'm like, I was like, "What, a trade?" He was like, "Yeah, he worked at Wake Tech." So he's like, "Listen, come grab a class." And then that's what kind of got me on the journey. And then but I was still going on the road. And like Rick said, I guess what amazed him is like, once we got to know each other, he'd be like, "Yo, what you do this weekend?" I'd be like, "Yo, I just came back from Europe." He'd be like, "Are you here?" And like, I would do like full turnarounds. You know what I'm saying? I would do like straight full turnarounds. Like we go on the road 3, 4, 5 days. I come back, and I mean, like I would land on Sunday and be at work on Monday. You know what I'm saying? And
at 2 in the morning he would land on Sunday and be at work at 7 in the morning. You're talking like 5 hour turnaround. Come on, you jet lag. You just amaze me. Just wow.
Yeah, shout out to my man John Taylor, R.I.P. He was a fan too, and he was our project manager. And at the time, he just really understood it. He saw what I was doing, and he was like, "Listen, if you get your jobs done and you do what you got to do, yeah, you could come and go. Just don't put us in a hole." And that's what made me take it serious, like Rick was saying, because it's just like the music, it's just like the entertainment business. You got to be on time, you got to keep your words. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to do something, you got to do it. If you say you're going to do something, you got to do it.
I mean, but that's like that's sort of like doing it backwards, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I was a kid, I'm wilding out, I've been on all these tours and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing to do, and now I got to get my shit together. I'm straight, and I got responsibilities. I got to get this shit on point. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, you don't want to just be like, we're gonna be a Walmart greeter or some shit like that and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Shit like that, right?
You want to excel as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Cause shit, it could be anybody. You know what I mean?
Be anybody, exactly.
Word up, it could be anybody out there. I mean, we all know the tales. We all see them. We see other hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? Not, I mean, this is real life. So I treat it like real. I think for everybody.
It is real life.
I grew up a certain way. Grandmoms, moms, like, "Yo, go get a job." Ain't no sitting around. You know what I mean?
I've been working since I was 14 and a half years old, nonstop. I ain't never not had a job.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little humble.
Right. So Ricky, not many people know what it takes to make a film. Like once you decided that you were going to do this, explain to us a little bit about the process of getting like the concept together and the just filming and all that, because you're like from the clip that P showed, you're following him around on tour, like, or a camera is following him around on tour. Right. How'd you get that done?
Well, Mike Galinsky and his wife Suki Harley, They're very instrumental in helping. He was like, he said, if you ever need me, and he's a great filmmaker, cameraman, Mike Galinsky, and he was like, if you ever need any help, I'll volunteer my time and do whatever, kind of mentor me, because he's done maybe 8 or 10 documentaries himself, him and his wife. And so with his support, as far as like a great cameraman, I could direct and focus on trying to tell the story and figure out the best way to tell the story. But it's been wild. We've been working at this for a while now, Mike and I. I've been following him around. We've done shows in DC, New York, and different parts of the country. And we really just trying to put the story together now, like to formulate the story. It takes years to make a documentary. A film,
absolutely.
A screenplay, you can do it in a year. If it's a long story, you can do it in a year. But documentaries sometimes take 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, you have all that
put
film
together
to go
because
through.
you're following somebody. Life just doesn't dictate.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I said you have all that footage to kind of pick apart and piece together,
and so much footage to go through, and it's just a lot of work. But I just thank Mike for allowing me to tell his story, and I can't wait for it to come to fruition. Because Mike has a vision of what he wants to tell, and the message that we want to send to young Black kids is, because everybody's not going to college. Everybody's not going to the NBA, and everybody's not going to be a famous rapper. So we want to inspire these young people that pick a trade up. You can still follow your dreams. You can still, do shows on the weekends, but work. Learn something that people can't take from it. I went to college, St. Aug's in the house, but I still have a trade. I still get my hands dirty every day, and I still do plumbing every day.
Yep. Yeah, that's a huge pivot, I guess, in the Black community, because 2 of my kids, I have 3, but 2 of them are at Wake Tech for different trades, right? And it is every few months where my mom calls me and wants to have a discussion about how after they finish whatever certificate they're working on getting, that they go to a 4-year college to do this, and that. And I think it's just something that's ingrained in our parents, in order to try to make sure the child succeeds, when in all actuality, I have a 4-year degree in textile apparel management from North Carolina State University, one of the best textile schools in the country. And I've been doing payroll for 30 years almost. So yeah, and it's funny. Kids are funny. A while ago, before my oldest, he goes to NC State and still doesn't quite know what he wants to do. But he broke it down to me. He was like, "Ma, you got a 4-year degree in some shit that you not using right now. So you're not only are you paying for the degree, but you're not reaping the benefits of the degree." And there are various reasons for that. But yeah. That's a lot of people. And it doesn't have to be that way. But there's this ideal that we have to go to a 4-year university, whether it be predominantly white or HBCU, and get this 4-year degree, when really we can go take 1-2 years and get out there and start making bank, because people aren't doing that. So those jobs are being paid at a premium right now.
Oh yeah, no
absolutely.
doubt. One good thing too, if I can intersect, is just to say that the concept too is to constantly keep learning. Because like I didn't think I was gonna be plumbing right now, and to be honest, I didn't think I was gonna be really had that long of a run in the music industry. Although my heart is there, my passion is there for hip hop, because I literally grew up in it. But there's so many things that actually running my own company has showed me about things that I might have done in the music business. It bounces off and it makes me better. But the number one thing is to keep learning, because what's crazy about the construction industry, it intertwines so much with everything that we do. We all know about our water bill, our electric bill. You know what I'm saying? When your air conditioning go out, and there's so many layers that you don't see, and there's so many facets and opportunities for people to learn. So, that from this film, this is what I want to interject to kids to like, yo, listen, if you're not going to be a rapper or a basketball player, or if you think you're good with your hands, or, you feel like you can work by yourself, there is definitely a positive avenue for you to go down and, get a trade and be your own boss. You know what I'm saying? And, and dictate your future and live your life how you want to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's needed, man. That's very needed with the youth of today, man, because these kids today, man, have grown up. They've grown up in this like electronic, like super information type of world where everything comes. It looks like everything comes quick because they look at these YouTube people and they want to, everybody wants to start a YouTube channel, but sitting around playing video games or unboxing, you know what I mean, toys or some shit,
or starting a podcast.
Everybody want to start a podcast, or
everybody want to start a podcast,
or everybody, or and this kind of throws back to our generation too. But everybody wants to be a rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even check it out. How can you even do a podcast and it's like, how's it gonna make you money? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's like, yo, how are you gonna pay your bills? And like, I mean, I want to talk to the kids that ain't got no PS5, that ain't got no PS3, the ones that's going to the homeless shelter before 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a bed. You know what I mean? Those are the ones I want to grab. If I could grab somebody, I want to grab one of them. You know what I mean? Be like, listen, you ain't got to beg. You know what I'm saying? You could build this place. You know what I mean?
Right. But as far as like starting a YouTube channel, a lot of these kids don't understand it, or being a quote unquote influencer. A lot of these kids don't understand the work that takes.
It's
you know
work.
what I mean?
It's
a lot of work. Even just doing a podcast. I mean, if I could just roll it back to that, just doing a podcast, it's a lot of work to do a podcast. You know what I mean? Because it's so many. We see so many other podcasts popping up and starting, and they come out the gate kind of strong, and then they fall right off, and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's a lot of work. You know what I mean? And what you're doing, man, I think it's needed. And it puts a positive light on, hey, you got to work to get, you know what I'm saying, where you need to be.
And you got to work together. I know it's tough for all four of y'all to get on the same page.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I see. I ain't gonna put it out there, but she already said she got 3. I know I probably got about a dozen kids out of y'all. That's a dozen responsibilities. If you add us up, all up, that's probably about 20.
You're right. It's about 10. It's about 10 kids between all of us.
Look, it's a starting 5, a bench, and 2 players that you're sending down to the G. That's what it is for reals.
Absolutely.
No doubt. We got who's that? LeBron, Westbrook, Davis.
Yep.
Crazy.
Exactly. Look. With Malik Monk trying to get his time, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all go with that shit. Hey, Mike. So go ahead.
No, man. Go ahead.
So like, we're gonna get a little bit into the rap because we have to, because I'm hip hop mom. But like, y'all were basically branded as conscious rap, and I don't believe in labels, but that's your label. And given the state of the world, like, what topics do you think need to be explored today? And I will add to that I am a true believer that there's good music out there. There are young kids coming up with some shit. Like, I have 2 19-year-olds and an 18-year-old, so they hit me with the good stuff, right? I raised them up correctly, I hope. Right. So what topics would you like to see today's youth talk about?
Pretty much probably the same thing I'm talking about. Looking at other opportunities other than just being a D-boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if we're gonna be a D-boy, at least look at the long run and throw your money in some real estate or go learn something.
Were you looking at the long run until you came to a point where you had to look at the long run?
Oh no, it took me like I had to get to the point where I had to look at the long run,
Uh-huh.
and I slightly looked at it because I was raised, I was raised right, but my childhood was scattered. But
Mm-hmm.
I had good people around me. My uncle, my mom, God bless her, she passed early. My dad, so but I think those 80s, they was live.
You rode you rode the dream. You rode the dream.
We was in them streets, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you don't necessarily had to be a D-boy to have a good time. And I was fortunate, like literally jumped out of high school. I did my first actual trade was cooking. But
Mhm.
literally, once I finished the school, I was on the road. I took
Yeah, yeah.
my first trip to Europe, and I never looked back. And for years,
Yeah. One of my
music has
kids is in school to
fed
be a
my
chef.
kids. You know,
Yep.
got a couple through college. So I'm not mad, but I think in the long run, I think I got a little disgusted with the way the industry was and just the whole just the environment of the
Mhm.
business.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy.
Mhm.
I didn't really see the long run in it. And
Right.
so family first. I made the move for my family, and then I had to shift gears and refocus, and this is where I'm at now. But
Yeah.
I keep my eye on the streets and my loved ones, the people around me, and and if there's something I could offer, this is what I could offer. You know what I
That's
mean?
dope. That
Keep
is
on teaching.
dope.
I keep one hand out, reaching for more, and I keep one hand back to pull my peoples with me.
So when Humble in the Jungle wins an Oscar, who y'all slapping?
I'm not
I'm
beyond
going.
slapping anybody, so I don't have a problem slapping motherfuckers.
It's a
Ricky,
black bucket right
Who
now.
else want to
Ricky,
slap?
we know,
A
Ricky,
couple
we
people.
know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yo,
Oh man. Oh man.
so dope.
That's
That's
crazy.
A lot of
crazy.
people
That's
don't know
crazy.
Mike's uncle is Cool DJ Red Alert. Mike was raised by a legend.
I
Yeah.
was about to
Absolutely.
get to that. I was about to get to that. The
Yeah.
legendary Cool DJ Red Alert is the executive producer now of
Right.
Humble in the Jungle, correct?
Yes, he
Right.
is. Yeah.
How did y'all finally talk him into that?
Well, I promised him that I wanted to when I told this story that, that because Mike's such a good friend of mine, that I'm gonna do the best project that I could do,
Mhm.
that and show their family in a great light because Red's a
Yeah.
hard worker too. They come. It seems like it's bred into them to be hard workers,
Mhm.
and I wanted to just show him in a great light. And I gave my word that I would do that. And Red seen me around a few times, and he knew that Mike and I are friends, and he decided to come on board.
Absolutely. Nice.
And that was a great addition because Red Alert is a wealth of knowledge. He's from the beginning, from the
Sheesh.
one of the founders. So
Yep.
I think he's going to bring so much to the table when we really do start, focusing on that part of the archives. That it's just going to be phenomenal.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, doing a documentary cost. Okay, I know, just like doing any type of film costs. Talk about the cost of trying to put this together.
Okay, well, right now our budget is at what 283. Oh, 300,000.
Look, Rick, you sound like Rick. You sound like me before I get ready to go to the teller. I'll be like, I got about how much? Because you know what I'm saying. You don't want to write. You don't want to overwrite. You don't want to overwrite. She be like, you know what? She gave you that look, slide that paper back to you like you ain't got enough. And
Right.
yeah. Your problem's probably way better than mine.
Yeah, we it's very expensive. For a good documentary, you're talking $300,000 easy. That's the budget we're at now is like 280, and we're planning to have a Kickstarter campaign in the next few months to try to raise some of this film. In my last film, I spent probably 90,000 out of my own pocket, and this time I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the resources to do that, and I think that with the strength of Mike's name and the project itself, that we should be able to raise the money. It's going to get done regardless, you know. But
definitely pin us in that, yo. Definitely,
yeah.
we will.
But
how we can.
We're part of the Southern Documentary Fund. And if anybody out there wants to make donations now, you can do that. They are our fiscal sponsor. So if you give $250 or more, that is tax exempt. It's a write-off for your taxes. We're fortunate to have fiscal sponsorship. So we just want this film to be made by the people, you know, for the people, you know, for those people that love hip hop, that love the music that Mike made and the feeling that it gave us, you know, just give where you can. But again, we're gonna make the film regardless. But your help would be greatly appreciated.
Word. Mike, one final question for you, my brother. Okay,
Yep.
When someone look, when you were about 60, 65 years old, right? And when somebody comes up to you and asks you, hey, what is the legacy of Mike G and the Jungle Brothers? What would you say?
The brothers. Nah,
Jungle Brothers,
brother for one, brother for all, man. Just always willing to give, and you know what I'm saying?
Unity.
Yeah, unity, love. I just want to do my part and help the next generation do their part. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one, as they say.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's a good.
Wow.
That's a good way to end that shit.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the documentary is entitled Humble in the Jungle. It is about the legendary Mike G of the Jungle Brothers. I want to thank the legend himself, Mike G, for once again blessing us with your presence.
You're a twofer now.
Exactly. You are a twofer now. Ladies and gentlemen, look, go back and check our audio archives of our great interview with Mike G and a three-time, let me say it again, a three-time guest on Straight to Tape, Ricky Kelly. All right. You family. You know, both of y'all welcome back anytime. But I do want to thank y'all for coming through, blessing us with your presence. And ladies and gentlemen, Humble in the Jungle. Make sure you go out and support it once it's in the theaters, once it's on the platforms. But even more importantly, okay, if you can support this project with your donations, make sure that you do. All right.
Yo, thanks for
See you,
having
Bobby.
me,
What up, baby?
Yo,
man.
Yo, y'all come out to London Bridge on Sundays. We be out there.
You heard?
We be out
Hey,
there.
that's what got a lot of you. I got Tico dancing. He's gonna be in the film. You remember that?
Yeah.
When we were shooting.
I'm in it.
I
saw the trailer.
It's gonna be great.
I'm in the
I'm
trailer.
in there.
So excited.
Yo, me and Rick got a documentary. It's a real short documentary coming on. It's about 25 minutes. It's about when I went to the studio and I had this one single called, you know what I'm saying, Lick 'em Up, Lick 'em Down. And it went like number one for like 13 seconds. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Thank you, King. Thank you, King. Thank you, King. Thank you.
What I do. I put him out when he gets too rowdy.
Thank you. But gentlemen, thank you for coming through. You must, as all family, come back.
And I was in the hotel room with all them women and all that time the thing happened and all that just for that one song. Yeah.
What is wrong with this cat?
Thank you so much for having
Thank you.
And y'all much success. I love this show.
Thank you. Hey, repost us. Repost.
Exactly.
No doubt.
All right,
man. Yo, wow. I love great shows like that. I love when we have great guests and great conversation. And then Tico does what he does.
What I do?
Oh my God.
You love that part?
What I do? He love it.
Anyway. Yo, Tico.
Yes.
Do you have anything weird for us today?
Oh boy.
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tico's Theater of
The weird.
the
I'm nervous.
Me too, Rob.
I'm nervous.
Super weird. Super nervous.
It's that time again where we celebrate mothers. Mother's Day is upon us. It's coming with a quickness.
Pause.
I say that to say this. Science, ladies and gentlemen, science. What can we say about science? It's the facts, the factuals. It's ever changing. You learn so much from the to go to the future. You know what I'm saying? We must study the past. And therefore, scientists have studied the past. We have seen mummies taken out of coffins and wrapped and studied upon. We've known that if they're females, or if they're males buried alive or whatever, in all types of blah, blah, blah. But we have learned something new, ladies and gentlemen. The sounds that a mummy makes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's copywritten by Master P. I'm sorry. Copywritten by Master P. So we do not have the rights to that. But yeah. Anyhow, the voices of a 3,000-year-old mummy that was recorded not too long ago. I think like Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. The scientists have used some type of technology that bounces sound waves back and forth, so where you could hear the vowel sounds like bed, or you know what I'm saying, like bad or something like that, right? So what they did was take these sounds and I guess shoot it inside of the mummy, and it uses the vocal cords or the vocal, not vocal cords but the vocal pipes or whatever, and makes the sounds of the tone of
Believe that shit.
the person of who is supposed to be. So yeah, so dig that. Sounds from back in the days. Isn't
know
that
what?
weird?
I personally, I don't want to hear shit a mummy got to say.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not a damn thing. Not
I
a
don't wanna
damn
hear-
thing.
I ain't trying to
my
hear it.
first my first thought was that like maybe they were mummified so well that their last words were trapped in the mummification. But I don't that didn't make sense, right? But
Right.
this shit don't make like this that's
I mean, if
science,
you think
sciencey.
about it, you think of it, we got the windpipe and the whole joint right now. You blowing that pipe, man, you make a noise. It does that, man.
Pause. Yeah,
I
kid.
hear it
the
all the
windpipe?
time.
For the
Yeah,
windpipe?
you know how
Yeah.
it go.
Key,
Hey,
Key, look.
hey.
Hey, yeah,
Super
exactly.
pause, nigga.
Key, it's that time.
Super pause.
Get us out of here and,
So
and
I'm
please
just gonna
drop a
continue
verse
on
on
with
them.
the whole thing. So I would like us to practice more of granting people grace, right?
hmm
Grant people grace. Everyone makes mistakes, and I think a lot of times we forget our own journeys when we're on this internet and scrolling and looking at people and judging them. I judge people. I do. But I always try to impart my own experience. So, if I'm have had the experiences that I have, then I'm going to impart that knowledge and that wisdom and those experiences on how I the opinion that I place on a particular situation, right? So say you were speeding and you lost your license, there's absolutely no way that you that you should judge someone who is in a similar situation. Not necessarily the same situation, but you should be able to overlay your own experiences to someone else's. And that's where you grant grace and empathy. With the whole Will and Jada and Chris Rock thing, everyone, like I said before, has been in a situation that they chose a not so favorable reaction to a not so favorable outcome when it could have been handled a whole different way. You may be talking about violence, you may be talking about talking shit to someone at work, you could be talking about a myriad of things, but you never know what's in someone's mind. And that's where grace comes in. That's where empathy comes in. That you don't, and what Will did was absolutely wrong. You should never choose violence, but you can also empathize why he chose to do what he did.
Right.
You don't have to say it's right.
Exactly.
You don't have to agree. You empathizing does not mean you agree with what they did. It means you understand that they did, why they did what they did. So just y'all just go out there with love and light and understanding and stop fronting, yo. Just fucking stop fronting.
I slapped the shit out of him too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whatever.
Slapping sucker silly. Slapping sucker.
I would have walked up and he said something to my wiz, you know what I'm saying? I would have walked up there, you know what I'm saying? I would have smacked him too, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Smack
I
the
would have
shit
walked
out of
on the
him, B.
Grammy stage.
Let me
If
tell
I
you.
was at the Grammys.
Okay,
If I
let
was
me
at the Grammys.
Can I say
Ever.
something, man? After, like, when you really look at it and you listen to Chris, do you hear what Chris said? Chris said, "Ooh, I could have." He said,
Yeah,
"You know what I'm saying?"
that part.
He called himself. He called
coulda
himself,
gone
bro. Y'all don't
so many
understand.
ways.
Do not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Chris is still from New York
That was
City.
a mild joke.
Yo, he was like, Chris was like, "Ooh," Chris was like, "Ooh, I could have." He called himself, boy. I'm telling you, boy.
And them jokes that he had pit back in the back of his throat were the ones that were worth slapping him over, right? Those were the jokes
Those
that
the
were worth
ones.
slapping him over.
Those the ones
And
that
look,
swallow, bro.
And Will should be thankful. Should be thankful that wasn't Dave Chappelle, because if Dave Chappelle would have gotten slapped, Netflix would have paid him some more money for the 3 specials that he would have did just on Jada. Ladies and gentlemen, as
what?
always,
Chris Rock shows sold out across the country.
Exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for catching us here on Straight to Tape. Remember, you can catch Straight to Tape Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Audio version of Straight to Tape is available on your favorite podcasting platforms. The audio version of this one should be up by tomorrow. So if you don't feel like looking at our pretty faces, you can listen to our pretty voices. Okay? Make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. If you're not following us on our social media platforms, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. Go in and start following us. Okay. Facebook, IG, Twitter, Straight to Tape. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel, S2T Media, and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon so that you can be in tuned with your favorite podcast. Yo, Big Man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, you know what time it is. It is my favorite time of the show. My brother, show some love to the comment section.
So yeah, man, I just got to give some love to everybody that came out tonight. You know, listen, man, you know, we work hard to do this, man, for you guys, and you sacrifice your time to sit here and listen to us talk and run our mouth and bump our gums and all that type of stuff, man. So we appreciate y'all. And in the comments, man, I mean, listen, man, y'all showed up tonight, man. So I just got to run down the list, man. First of all, on the early check-in, the brother Robert T. Muhammad, also Deveron in the building. Nisai, what's up, baby? Also, my girl Gina came through in the building. The homie Champ. We had my homie Cherie, what's up? Raj the Big Chief. Bishop Omega, what's up, bruh? Also, my man Jay Trey. Reggie Marshall in the building. Michelle Bennett. We had Joe Biggs coming through. Also, my man Jay Berkeley Gold the second. Keisha Newkirk coming through. The homie Karsten came through. Hadn't seen him in a while.
Where
Dr.
you
Rob
been?
as well.
Where you been?
Doc Rob
with
was in
the
the
gin
building.
winch.
Doc Rob was in the building.
Doc.
Aisha Casey, what's up, baby? Thanks for coming through. My man Daniel Allen, DJ Assassin Bobby Lyons in the building. Also DJ Scotty Rock and my homie Reginald That Dude. What's up? And in the reacts, we had Trisha Lynn, Tanya T. Devin came through, Sean Taylor, Nadia Ellen, and my man Professor Prince Paul Fitz in the building. Thank you again. Thank y'all, man. Just profuse thanks for coming through and supporting your favorite podcast, and continue, man. And thank everybody for sharing the stream and continue to do so. And hey, man, we'll see you right back here, man. Ding.
Exactly. Yo, just a little bit of housekeeping, here, okay? Yes, Bishop Omega, our permanent guest host. Make sure you're catching him on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live on YouTube. That's Intelligently Ratchet. The homie Joe Biggs and our front porch discussion familia. Make sure you're catching them out on Thursdays, 6:15 Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live and YouTube as well. And let's not forget the newest member of the S2T Media family. Questions You Didn't Ask, hosted by Naisha Frey. You can catch new episodes every Saturday on your favorite podcasting platforms. Now, as it relates to Straight to Tape, guess what, guys? We taking a week off. We will be back in the building. We'll be back in the building on April the 12th, ready for a new month of great conversation and great guest. So
y'all don't be hitting. Hey, can you say that again? We are off until April what?
April the 12th.
Y'all don't be hitting me talking about where y'all at. Why y'all ain't on? We're gone till April 12th.
Spring break. I'm showing my titties.
Nope, we're not doing that tonight. Don't put you out of here.
Nope. We're not. Stop it, Tico. So look, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we love you. Okay, for the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y.
Show titties on spring break, or just see titties.
You know what? I can't even. Just go to somebody else.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go to the social media assassin. For the double deuce, Rob the Actual.
I mean, I was.
He said titties while I was trying to do my ex.
I don't want to see Tico titties, but I mean, I understand. I was just trying to help him out. Spring break. And it's Tuesday, ain't Tuesday. Anyway,
Oh God.
It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. We're gonna start charging some of y'all.
Speaking of spring break, y'all though,
bring them out.
Hold on, Miami Beach basically shut down. They were like, we don't want spring break here. We've never advertised spring break here. They instituted like an 11 or 12 o'clock curfew. They were like, y'all fucking go home. We don't want you here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting for a Florida city.
Yeah.
But
and look,
that next week.
And of course the comedian Tico. All right, man, go ahead, show your boobs. Shoot.
You know what? No,
I will not. Look, man.
This nigga actually wanted him to do it.
No, man. It's an actual fact. It's an actual fact I've learned, and I want to pass it on because knowledge is power. Apparently, you can't make babies by adding water to baby powder, so don't do it. It's just a waste of time. It doesn't work.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man C. Perry II. We will see you in 2 weeks. We out.
See you in 2 weeks. Don't call me. Don't text me.
They do it for sea monkeys. They do it for sea monkeys. I thought maybe babies pop out.
We are off for a week or two or whatever.
Okay.